Imagine waking up and realizing your country is getting ready for war. Sounds terrifying, right? Well, it's happening. Some nations are so tense that one small spark could cause a massive explosion. Others are stuck in political mind games, where leaders move like chess players, pushing their countries closer to conflict. What's even scarier? Some of these nations were once peaceful, but now they're on the brink of chaos. Military forces are arming up faster than ever, and territorial disputes are heating up worldwide. Which countries are racing toward war in 2025? Stay tuned, some might shock you. Number 10, Korean Peninsula. The Korean Peninsula has been a danger zone for decades, and things aren't getting any better. The Korean War may have ended in 1953, but the two sides are still at odds. Now, tensions are rising again because of Freedom Shield 25, a huge US-South Korea military exercise. These drills include urban combat training, air assaults, and more, all in preparation for a potential conflict. But not everyone is on board. After a shocking accident where South Korean jets mistakenly bombed their own citizens near the North Korean border, injuring at least 30 people, critics are demanding these exercises stop. Was this training too risky? North Korea isn't staying quiet either. They see these drills as a serious threat and have promised to boost their defenses. With both sides on edge, one small mistake could ignite a war that no one is ready for. Number 9, China. The US and China aren't just competing, they're locked in a high-stakes showdown. It's like a dance-off. But instead of fancy moves, they're flexing military power. China has boldly declared it's ready for any war with the US, and they're proving it by boosting their defense budget by 7.2% this year. That means more tanks, more jets, and more firepower. But why is this happening? One reason is the ongoing trade war. The US hit China with heavy tariffs, and China fired back, targeting US farm products. It's a brutal economic battle with billions of dollars on the line. Then there's Taiwan, a major flashpoint. China sees it as a breakaway province, while the US supports its independence. China has been conducting military drills near Taiwan, raising tensions even further. If things don't cool down, this could spiral into something far more dangerous. Number 8, US-Mexico. The relationship between the US and Mexico is like a long, winding road, full of twists, turns, and unexpected bumps. These two neighbors share a massive 2,000-mile border, making their partnership critical. But right now, things are more fragile than ever. The biggest issue? Migration. The US has pressured Mexico to reduce the number of migrants crossing the border. And guess what? From December 2023 to June 2024, Mexico cut crossings by a shocking 60%. That's more effective than any border wall. But if tensions rise, say, due to US military action, this cooperation could collapse. And then there's the cartel crisis. Since 2006, drug wars have turned Mexico into a battlefield. Powerful cartels like Sinaloa and Jalisco New Generation control the drug trade, leaving thousands dead and whole regions in fear. If the US launches military action, it could trigger violent retaliation and make things even worse. Trade is another issue. Mexico and the US trade billions every year. If relations crumble, both economies suffer. Imagine trying to make guacamole without avocados. Impossible, right? With so much at stake, one wrong move could send everything crashing down like a house of cards. Number 7, Haiti. Haiti, a small but powerful nation in the Caribbean, is often ignored in global discussions. Yet its history and struggles are impossible to overlook. This country made history in 1804, becoming the first in Latin America to gain independence after a massive slave revolt against France. But despite its proud past, Haiti has been stuck in a cycle of political chaos, foreign interference, and devastating natural disasters. Today, things are worse than ever. In 2024, Haiti's capital, Port-au-Prince, became a war zone as armed gangs attacked police stations, hospitals, and homes. The country is on the brink of collapse. Haiti isn't just about conflict, it plays a key role in the global economy. It produces over half of the world's vetiver oil, used in luxury perfumes, along with bananas, cocoa, and mangoes. But its rugged mountains and severe deforestation have made farming a constant struggle. Sitting at the crossroads of the Caribbean and the Atlantic, Haiti's location makes it a hub for trade and a target for conflict. With a history of revolutions and resilience, the country fights on despite earthquakes, violence, and poverty. Haiti's future is uncertain, but its spirit remains unbreakable. Number 6, Myanmar. Myanmar's story is like a never-ending storm, full of twists, turns, and heartbreak. Since gaining independence in 1948, the country has been trapped in conflict, mostly fueled by ethnic tensions. But things took a dark turn after the 2021 military coup, turning Myanmar into a war zone. The country is now split between the military junta, rebels, and ethnic militias, all fighting for control. It's like a dangerous game of musical chairs, but with lives at stake. In late 2023, a coalition of ethnic armed groups launched a massive attack against the military, the biggest challenge to its rule since the coup. The military is struggling to hold on, and Myanmar is more divided than ever. But it's not just about power. The human rights situation is horrifying. There are reports of mass arrests, violent attacks, and brutal crackdowns. Yet, despite the fear, resistance forces and pro-democracy groups refuse to give up. Myanmar may be on the brink of war, but its people are fighting for something bigger: a future of peace, freedom, and dignity. The road ahead is dangerous and uncertain, but change is still possible. Number 5, Iran. Tensions between Iran, the US, and Israel have been heating up for years, creating a dangerous global flashpoint. Iran, sitting on massive oil and gas reserves, is a major power in the Middle East, but its nuclear program has alarmed both America and Israel. The Iran nuclear deal was meant to control Iran's nuclear ambitions in exchange for lifting crippling sanctions. But in 2018, the US pulled out, sparking a new wave of conflicts, cyber attacks, and assassinations. Things exploded in 2020 when a US drone strike killed Iranian General Qasem Soleimani. Iran hit back with missile strikes on US bases in Iraq. Israel sees Iran as a deadly enemy because of its support for Hezbollah and Hamas. The two nations have been locked in a shadow war, attacking each other's nuclear sites and key leaders. Meanwhile, Russia and China are stepping in, making this even more dangerous. As 2025 unfolds, the world is watching closely. Will diplomacy win, or are we heading toward a full-scale war? Number 4, Israel versus Pakistan. The tensions between Israel and Pakistan are deep and dangerous, fueled by religion and politics. In Pakistan, powerful religious groups like Jamaat-e-Islami and militant organizations such as Lashkar-e-Taiba see Israel as an enemy because of its stance on Palestine. For decades, Pakistan has strongly supported Palestinians, refusing to recognize Israel. This isn't just talk, it's woven into the country's politics. Meanwhile, Israel has been making moves of its own. Recently, it proposed a 60-day ceasefire to exchange hostages and improve ties with Saudi Arabia, supporting a Palestinian state. But while Israel talks peace, its military actions tell a different story. Tanks rolling into the West Bank have forced tens of thousands of Palestinians to flee their homes. This only fuels anger in Pakistan and across the Muslim world. A direct war between Israel and Pakistan seems unlikely, but the tension is real. Both countries are watching each other closely, preparing for anything, whether through military action or diplomatic strategies. The world is watching too. Could this hidden rivalry explode one day? Number 3, Ukraine. Ukraine has been at the center of a dangerous conflict for years, and things are still getting worse. It all started in 2014 when Russia took Crimea after Ukraine's revolution. But it didn't stop there. War broke out in the Donbas region, where pro-Russian fighters battled Ukraine's army. Fast forward to 2025, and the crisis is shocking. Over 3.5 million people have been forced from their homes inside Ukraine, and more than 6.8 million have fled the country. The United Nations says 12.7 million people will need help this year alone. But why does Ukraine matter so much? The US has backed Ukraine since 1991, seeing it as a key ally for democracy. Plus, Ukraine has huge lithium reserves, 270,000 tons, making it a gold mine for modern technology. Its military is massive, with 1.26 million active troops and $64.8 billion in defense spending. And let's not forget NATO. Ukraine wants in, but Russia sees that as a huge threat. This battle isn't just about land, it's about global power. Number 2, Sudan. Sudan is trapped in a brutal war that has torn the country apart. It all started in April 2023 when the Sudanese armed forces and the Rapid Support Forces turned against each other. The result? One of the world's worst humanitarian crises. Over 25 million people are starving, making Sudan a land of hunger and chaos. It's like a deadly game where every move makes things worse. The country is now split into war zones. Sudanese armed forces controls the north, but battles rage in Khartoum, Darfur, White Nile, Kordofan, and Al Jazeera. With homes destroyed and cities in ruins, 6.1 million people have fled within Sudan, while 1.5 million have escaped to other countries. Imagine running for your life with nowhere safe to go. Meanwhile, foreign powers are fueling the fire. The United Arab Emirates, Egypt, Russia, Iran, and Eritrea are backing different sides, supplying weapons and training fighters. Airstrikes, drone attacks, and secret deals keep the war going. If this continues, 2025 could be even worse. Will peace ever come, or will Sudan's suffering never end? Number 1, Syria. Syria has been trapped in chaos and destruction for over a decade. What started as a civil war in 2011 has shattered the country, leaving behind ruins, suffering, and endless battles. President Bashar al-Assad has managed to take back most of Syria, but violent resistance still lingers. Foreign powers have turned Syria into a battlefield for their own interests. Russia and Iran stand with Assad, while the US and Turkey back different rebel groups. It's a deadly tug of war, and the Syrian people are the ones paying the price. The humanitarian crisis is shocking. Millions of Syrians have lost their homes and fled. The country's hospitals, roads, and buildings have been bombed to dust. Food, water, and medicine are scarce, and aid groups struggle to help because the fighting never stops. It's like trying to stop a wildfire with a glass of water. Now, foreign troops, militias, and shifting alliances make Syria a ticking time bomb. Some Arab nations are warming up to Assad again, but will that bring peace? Or will Syria remain a battlefield of global powers in 2025?